So this weekend, Nonito Donaire returns to the boxing ring after 2 years to go up against Andres Campos, and this is my prediction for the fight. Look, in my opinion, Nonito Donaire is one of the best counterpunchers I've ever seen in boxing. He's unbelievable, to be honest with you. He's very, very, very patient. The way he picks his movements, his IQ, in my opinion, he's got some of the best boxing IQ ever in the whole of boxing. He, in my opinion, I mean, he gets given a lot of credit for his legacy, but in my opinion, his legacy is still very, very underrated. And his in-ring talent is also very, very, very underrated. But Nonito Donaire is 42 years of age. And he's coming into this fight against Andres Campos after 2 years out of the ring. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I really like the grind of all these Filipinos, coming out of retirement and all in their 40s, like Donaire, Pacquiao, the veterans. In my opinion, these two, Donaire, Pacquiao, the two best ever Filipino fighters ever, coming out of retirement this year. I don't like it. I really like Donaire and I really like Pac-Man. I don't really like seeing them come out of retirement. As much as I really do respect the grind, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think the Donaire second fight against Inoue, it showed that Donaire just isn't at that level now. That's what it showed, in my opinion. He's just not at a level, that top level now. And that was 3 years ago now, that fight. That was 3 years ago. It was a sad fight to watch, Donaire getting absolutely smashed off of Inoue. I mean, after that really good first fight they had, going into that second fight, Donaire's movement just not being the same at all. He just can't get in and out of there as well as he was used to be able to do. He wasn't able to find his counters as well as he was able to do. I mean, yes, he was up against Inoue, but then, goes on, loses his fight after that to Santiago via UD. And it just shows that he's not really fully at that world level now. And, after now having 2 years out of the ring, that's not going to do Nonito any favors whatsoever. It's not going to do him any favors. I feel like this could be a fight that Donaire can come back and win. I don't think you can say, he's going to lose to Andres Campos, because Campos isn't anything too special. He's been in there with Sonny Edwards, and really, he hasn't really been in there with the most unbelievable names that really stand out to you. He got TKO'd by Venezuela not too long ago. Campos did. I mean, it's winnable. It's winnable for Nonito Donaire. I don't know how he's going to look, though. That's the thing. If Nonito Donaire can at least be 50% of what he was in his prime, which is unlikely, him being 50% of that, when, overall, Nonito's best years are like 15 years ago now. That long ago, like 2010, they're the kind of years that Nonito was in his prime years. We're not seeing that now. We're not seeing Nonito in his prime years now. I mean, like the 2010s, 2012s, when he was really in his prime years. 2009, even 2015, which was 10 years ago, he was still doing his thing as a world champion and looking very good. But right now, we're way past Nonito's prime years. We're way past them. And Nonito is a veteran, of course. He is. He's been around for a very, very, very long time, and he's had many fights, which, especially in his most recent ones, have taken a bit out of him, in my opinion. 100% have taken a bit out of him. Both Inoue fights took a lot out of Donaire. His most recent one against Santiago took a lot out of him. he's been in a lot of fights that have taken a lot out of him overall. And in my opinion, it's not looking too great. It's not looking too great for Donaire right now after that Inoue fight, in my opinion. He just hasn't seen the same since. And I don't want anything bad to happen to Nonito at all, but I do have a nervous feeling about it. I feel like it's a difficult fight to predict because Campos overall, he's never operated at the level that Nonito's operated at. Never, ever, ever has he. Campos is, he's a low-level guy in the division who's been in there with the odd decent name here and there, but lost. He's not really got any real good name on his record. He's never really competed at any, real top level whatsoever. If Nonito can turn up and just do something, I don't know, but if Nonito can turn up, have a half-decent defense in this fight, have like 40% of what his counters used to be, then I reckon he can win this fight. But if he looks like a 42-year-old man, and I always say this, if you're a 42-year-old man at heavyweight and you come back, then you've got a chance. You can get away with it. But now Nonito's punch resistance is going. He's getting more affected by shots, and he's easier to hit. That's the thing. He's more affected by shots, and he's now easier to hit. His punch resistance is going. And I think that's been clear to see in his two most recent fights. His reactions aren't the same. And yeah, as I said, I always say this, when a heavyweight comes back after 2 years, all right, that's fine. But when you're in the lighter weight classes, then it's a problem. Because when you're in these lighter weight classes, you rely on your boxing IQ. You rely on your reactions. You rely on your speed. Now that's all going from Nonito. His timing's not going to be the same because his IQ is not going to be the same. Now that's all going. That gives me a bit of a sour taste in my mouth that this might not end well for him. I really want him to win. I really, really, really want him to win, and he can win. But, I mean, Campos, at least with Campos, though, he's been consistent. He has been fighting regularly. Nonito's been out for 2 years. And I don't like that at all for this fight. I'm going to say that Nonito wins. I'm going to say Nonito wins a close decision here. But I don't know. I'm really unsure. I'm really, really, really unsure. But let's wait and see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thanks for watching.